Hi everybody, it's Mimberly and welcome back to the channel. So, Love and Deepspace. We read through Zayne's anecdotes, the stories. We're traumatized. And you guys have warned me that there's a lot of references here. So, we're carrying on where we left off. When Zayne, Grayson and I arrive at the entrance to the ICU, a nurse approaches us.
Do you know why he regained consciousness so quickly?
We're not sure. He shouldn't have woken up already. Look at this, Dr. Zayne. All his vital signs are improving.
I'm scared. Zayne and Grayson change into sterile suits and enter the ward. I wait outside. Oh god.
Can you hear me? Do you remember where we are? Look at my finger.
This better not be a wanderer.
I really wasn't expecting him to save the patient when they were at death's door.
Oh, you. Mr. Carter?
Hello. We meet again, miss.
With the sudden appearance of Carter, I cautiously step to the side. However, he greets me with a smile. He raises both of his hands.
Don't get the wrong idea. I wasn't following you.
Uh-huh.
This patient happens to be an important client of Xander Sciences. After hearing about the incident, I decided to pay him a visit.
Not sure I trust you. You weren't there when he was in critical condition. I don't think he's that important to you.
What do you mean?
He leans against the wall and casually looks at the glass door.
If it weren't for Xander Sciences, his fragile heart would have stopped a long time ago. What we're pursuing is far more stunning and ambitious than these petty solutions.
Is that so? Observing my indifferent reaction, Carter furrows his brow. A hint of disappointment appears on his face.
Aren't you curious about the kind of work we're doing?
Nah, not really. I'm not. He shakes his head. His usual pretentious smile graces his face again.
It's okay. You'll be interested someday. After all, only Xander Sciences can provide answers to the questions about your heart.
How did he know? Frowning, I suppress the urge to ask more. I redirect my attention back to the ward. Grayson?
Hey, Dr. Zayne wants you inside.
Grayson hurriedly walks out and hands me a sterile suit.
Excuse me, this is the ICU. For the patient's sake, we kindly request that unrelated individuals leave.
Having no intention of paying any more attention to Carter, I change into the sterile suit and enter the room. Oh my god, Grayson, you lifesaver. The man lying on the bed The man lying on the bed has his eyes half open. His voice is weak, yet infused with tangible excitement.
I'm back. I'm back.
Welcome back.
All his vital signs appear to be normal. However, under normal circumstances, a person wouldn't recover this quickly.
As Zayne talks, he directs a meaningful look at me.
More anomalies may occur. Stay on your toes.
Acknowledging his warning, I nod. I move to the bed, introduce myself, and state the purpose of my visit. I then proceed to ask questions. Davis, you said you're back. Where were you?
It trapped me. I couldn't get out. It was like a nightmare. I couldn't wake up.
Ah. I turn on my watch and pull up a picture of Mist. When you say it, do you mean this?
Yes. It was that thing. It was inside of me. But it wasn't.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. Suddenly, the vital sign monitor starts beeping loudly. The man on the bed begins convulsing as if something started choking him. Menaflux. Zayne! I quickly pull out my gun and sense a more intense fluctuation. It surges and engulfs the entire room instantly.
Grayson, transfer the patient to another room and prepare for resuscitation.
Unexpectedly, a rift appears and reveals the shadowy figure of a wanderer. Moving myself to the front of the bed, I point my gun at the wanderer. However, it disappears in the blink of an eye. A second later, it materializes like a phantom in another location.
Hey, behind you.
Evading its slash, I aim my gun at the center of the fluctuation. However, a tremor overwhelms my heart. I barely feel any pain. Only a dense white fog surges me and obscures my vision. The ward dissipates as if my surroundings are transforming into another realm. The last thing I see is Zayne rushing towards me. Zayne, watch out. Oh no. Why am I sensing trauma is about to happen? It feels as though my body is plummeting into a thick fog. This sensation of weightlessness threatens to push my heartbeat out of my chest. Amid the chaos, I muster all my courage to find something, anything, to hold on to. And after what feels like forever, my feet touch solid ground. My surroundings become clear. Bathed in dim, feeble light, a long corridor appears before me. Its end remains hidden in the mist. Am I at a hospital? No. I feel a faint tremor in my chest. A familiar energy fluctuation surges within the mist. It drags me somewhere. This fluctuation is from an ether core. I'm probably in the Wanderer's protofield. As I stand in the empty space, the sound of approaching footsteps reaches my ears. Turning around, I notice a dark figure. Zayne? An onslaught of sharp ice crystals materialize around me. They're ready to pierce my heart. Ah! Oh, is this a Dawnbreaker? The ground beneath me disappears and I find myself falling into a sense of weightlessness again. As I float in this void, blurred lights and sounds rush past me like an avalanche. Within the boundless darkness, it's as if a pair of hands is gently lifting my tired soul. I struggle to open my eyes. After feeling my steady heartbeat for several seconds, I sit up on the bed.
You're awake.
Hey! By the floor-to-ceiling window stands a figure wearing black clothing. He turns around. Behind him are dilapidated buildings and the sunset's tender light. Zayne. Hey! Oh my god, I'm so relieved to see you. That was scary. The figure takes another step, his appearance nearly overlapping with the dark figure I had seen before. I move back.
How are you feeling?
After hesitating for a moment, I reach out and touch his cheek. I trace his eyebrows and the contours of his face. I recognize the figures I know so well. In this silence, he remains motionless. He just looks at me. Oh, he understanding. He protect. I'm fine. I think I just had a dream. Perhaps it's the influence of the proto field that caused me to have those strange delusions. Shaking my head to clear my thoughts, I shift my gaze and focus to the room. The cracked greyish walls enclose a space where a sofa, holographic screen, refrigerator, and various functional home appliances exist in close proximity. It looks like the home of someone who struggles with living a normal life.
Do you remember what happened in the ward?
The Wanderer that suddenly appeared, the tremor in my heart, and Zayne running towards me. Memories gradually find their way back to my mind. Are we still in the Wanderer's protofield?
Yes.
Following Zayne's gaze, I get up from the bed and join him in looking out the window. As the final remnants of twilight vanish, the city stands before us under a light blue sky. Its dissolution is evident. This place is a rusted skeleton of its former self. And although it's faint, the energy fluctuations around us are similar to an ether core's. This Wanderer's protocore must possess an ether core's energy. But in my dream, it's as if the chill from those ice crystals still lingers in the air. I grip my arms more tightly.
You're awake now. Remember that whatever you dreamt about was only a dream.
Aww. A blanket is draped over my shoulders. I reach out, but he walks away before I can touch him. Zayne opens the refrigerator, revealing a collection of peculiar bottles of mysterious liquids and a jar half filled with chocolate. After opening the jar, he offers a few pieces to me, their packaging unexpectedly fancy. I'm not hungry.
According to my perception of time, you've been unconscious for 2 days.
Huh?
If you don't eat or drink something, I'm afraid you won't have the energy to find the Wanderer.
The scent of chocolate sriracha's the air and ignites my appetite. What if the Wanderer launches a surprise attack while we're resting? Despite my words, I find myself sinking into the worn-out couch. I unwrap the chocolates of Zayne. I look up and my gaze falls upon a bit of vibrant green on a desk. There's a flower pot with a jasmine in it. It sticks out like a sore thumb in this desolate world. While the branches and leaves retain their green hue, the stem has already started to wither. Is it normal to see jasmines in a wanderer's protofield?
What are you implying?
The patient who was attacked by the wanderer fell into a nightmare. They were trapped in their own dream. In other words, the environment we're currently seeing in the protofield must also be a manifestation of someone's dream. And I don't remember ever seeing anything here. This is your dream. So this is your dream?
Are there any comments you'd like to make about it?
But you're pretty. Even in a world as broken as this, chocolate still exists. I expected nothing less from you.
Shouldn't you be saying something like, "Thank goodness it's Zayne's dream. We can still eat chocolate."
That too. Zayne, who's wearing nothing but black clothes, appears somewhat strange. Maybe this is how he sees himself in his dreams. Uh-oh.
I have dreamt of this place. However, the jasmine hasn't wilted yet, and the world itself isn't in such a dilapidated state.
Is this the nightmare you've been having then? Zayne is quiet for a while before responding in a soft voice.
Yes.
Poor thing. I still suffer with nightmares sometimes, so I completely understand how this feels. Don't be scared. Dreams are the opposite of reality. I offer the unwrapped chocolates to his lips. Try it. Who knows, maybe the chocolate in your nightmares doesn't even taste like chocolate. He lowers his head and eats the chocolate.
It's carrot flavored.
The fuck? Liar. He looks out the window again, where the silhouette of a bird flies across a darkening sky.
Since dreams are the opposite of reality, perhaps I'm not a doctor in this one.
He's Dawnbreaker instead. Oh no, I feel trauma is gonna come up and I'm scared. I don't like it. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna go get a drink and then I will be right back. Okay, we're back. So, I made myself a drink and I downed it. So, everything is a hazy blur in dreams. Yet in Zayne's dream, the flowers, trees, streets, and shops appear with remarkable clarity. I can't help but wonder how long this dream has haunted him, incessantly replaying itself to the point where every detail is flashed out. What?
While it resembles my dreamscape, I can tell it's a protofield. Over there.
He guides me to the entrance of a narrow alley. The road ahead is covered in thick fog. It's as if we've reached the edge of the dream itself. From the fog, a cluster of black crystals has emerged. Uh-oh. It blooms like a flower and is as tall as a 3-story building. It blocks the path. A protocore cluster?
It regenerates very quickly after it's broken. I'd say it's as good as new within a few seconds. Yes, I tried destroying it before you woke up.
As I recall my past battles, a hypothesis forms in my mind. I think I know what's going on here. There must be another protocore cluster in this protofield, and they provide energy to each other. We need to destroy both of them to leave this protofield.
Eating sweets certainly makes one smarter.
Thank you. So I'm eating chocolate and stuff every day, so why the fuck am I not a genius? Thank you for the compliment. I gesture towards him, although I'm only slightly smarter than you. Cuckling, Zayne pulls down my hand. Since this is your dream, do you think you know where the other protocore cluster is?
When you're in a protofield, using evol in a scientific matter is more effective than dreaming.
Ow, I just popped the foot. The protofield is practically drenched in erratic energy fluctuations, yet amidst the entanglement of protocurves, I detect one that stands out. I open my eyes and point in a direction. From what I've sensed, the second protocore cluster should be on the other side of that protofield. Similar energy fluctuations appear from another direction. I look at Zayne. Which one would you like to pick? Zayne looks into the distance. I don't know if I imagined it or not, but some sort of emotion stirred in his eyes.
The one that's farthest away.
The far end of the city is cloaked in black mist, resembling the gaping maw of a beast hidden in the shadows. Nope, I want that one. I understand that this is your dream, so you know where the dangers are, but are you going to face them alone again?
This is my dream. I can get to my destination faster than you.
But your dream isn't exactly being nice to you right now. Maybe the more you try to use it, the more it will use you instead. Let me go instead.
You.
Oh. The look in his face is like concern. Don't push yourself when you're in trouble. I got your back. That's a tip from your hunter escort. Smiling, I take a step and pass his back. Without waiting for Zayne to respond, I wave and start walking.
Don't push yourself. That's a tip from your primary care physician.
Behind me, I hear a soft sigh followed by Zayne's words that are tinged with worry. Turning around, I catch a glimpse of him standing in the shadows. He's far away now, so I can't clearly see his expression. I press my lips into a fine line and nod. Regardless of whether it's him or me, we know we'll always support each other. As the girl walks away, her figure disappearing from the fork in the road, Zayne turns his gaze towards the alley's depths. Within the thick fog, a broken sheet light flickers intermittently. Uh-oh. He raises his hand. Parts of the mist detach themselves from the air. Spiraling and condensing, they coalesce into icicles above his palm. Dark impurities slightly emerge from just within them, but they stop spreading just as they're about to breach the outermost layer of the white crystals. It's as if a looming black hole threatens to consume everything pure and white. Yet a thin, unwavering layer of pristine ice remains resolute and being the last line of defense. Shadows stretch, and in the boundless fog ahead, the protocore cluster awaits his arrival like a slumbering wanderer. Within the mist, a cold wind materializes as aggressive figures sluggishly stir. Oh god. The ice crystals in his palm slice the air and seemingly hit nothing, but the protocore cluster shimmers for a fleeting moment. As more wanderers emerge, their roars resound and their figures phase in and out. The ice crystals solidify into sharp blades. Zayne delivers his attacks with decisive precision. Blades of ice tear through the darkness. A pungent scent permeates the air. The ground beneath his feet slowly transforms. It turns soft and slimy like sludge, stubbornly clinging to his legs. Dazed, Zayne looks down. Peering through the mist and layers of unclear ice, his gaze falls onto his palm.
Zayne!
Oh my god. A bloody hue taints his hand, and an eerie shadow is cast over his senses. He's momentarily transported back to that bone-chilling nightmare. Zayne is shocked. He looks up and knows who's standing before him. The tension is palpable, gripping him.
William?
Oh no!
It's too late. Please.
I am so glad I read that now. In the howling, icy wind, Zayne hears his heavy breaths. Once again, he's returned to the endless, snow-covered expanse of Mount Infernal. Bloody tears stream down from William's empty eye sockets, and then an array of faces emerges from the cluster's projection.
Aren't you going to celebrate my birthday with me?
Georgie.
Why did you kill me?
Oh my lord, okay.
Aren't you a doctor? You should have saved me. Why didn't you save me and my child?
Zayne, please. Kill me.
He's suffocating. He's trapped. His head is spinning. Zayne notices his fingers are trembling uncontrollably. He staggers back, only to trip over something again.
It's just an illusion. It's not real. It's not.
More and more hands stretch out towards him. They're frozen. The space around him shatters and distorts into mirrors. They reflect his bloodshot eyes. They reflect his hands are clenched so tightly that veins bulge. A black icicle suddenly pierces through the mirrors and scatters part of the protocore cluster. The protocore cluster doesn't regenerate. It resembles a cliff teetering on the edge, ready to collapse in on itself.
She made it.
Yeah, of course we did. As the mirror shards dissolve into black mist, the cold light intensifies and casts an infernal glow. Determined, Zayne thrusts the ice blade toward the human figure. Zayne! The ice blade stops as Zayne's pupils contract. It's her. But she can't possibly be here. They're your patients. How could you... I next? You'll kill me, right? No. You're not Zayne. Who are you? It's a face he knows so well in this unspeakable nightmare. Her expression is filled with disbelief and pain. Yes, it's her. Zayne, kill me! Oh no. Oh no! Black ice flowers bloom from her chest, their petals unfurling. She's as light as a piece of paper, separated from life's weight, yet she falls almost with a thud in his stiff embrace. Buzzing engulfs Zayne's ears as he once again pulled into the depths of a never-ending nightmare. While he knows it's an illusion, he can't break free. At that moment, the cracked protocore cluster pulsates with a blood-red light. The air trembles around it. The massive shadow before him breaks along with the other protocore cluster. The illusion in his arms changes again, but he doesn't look up. He only clenches his fist.
It's time to end this.
A cold gleam flickers and pure black ice crystals surge beneath him. They freeze every figure that lurks within the shadows. The darkness is suppressed and his surroundings change. It's foggy. A blurry figure gradually emerges from the cracks in the space. Zayne conjures black ice and takes aim. However, his body becomes immobile as if he's frozen in place.
You shouldn't throw yourself into danger just for her.
Who?
His entire body becomes encased in ice. Black crystals pierce his heart and spread to his fingers. The intense pain leaves Zayne's back drenched in sweat. He's unable to control his body as he collapses. His heart races in fear as he hears that cold voice.
Seek your destiny. Only then can you be redeemed.
Oh no. Guys, is this Zayne trauma? Is this the worst it gets, or does it get as it gets worse? Oh no. Raphael, go away. You're not required at the moment. That's your next patch. As the protocore cluster shatters, oh god, we're back with us now. A distant tremor ripples through the air. The space around me transforms into mist and moonlight shines down. Then the fog dissipates. I can feel the ground beneath my feet. Computer, shut up. I cautiously assess my surroundings and see that I'm in a garden at the back of the hospital. Something's not right. This is Lincoln's Axo Hospital, but we should be in Changia. My heartbeat quickens and a sense of foreboding washes over me. Holding my gun, I push open the door that leads to the hospital. Behind the door, a white mist emerges. When it's cleared, I notice I was back at Zayne's place, by the couch. Someone was lying on the floor with their back next to me. Zayne!
Be careful. We haven't escaped this dream. There are 2 layers, and the Wanderer is still here.
I rush over to Zayne and help him up. He weakly presses his hand against his left shoulder. His expression alone shows how much pain he's in. The ice. Zayne clutches his left hand and moves away from my hand.
The ice. It's dangerous. Don't touch. It's too dangerous. I won't be able to control. Leave. Now.
A sudden voice in my head gave me pause. Despite the warning, I leaned in to inspect Zayne's injury, feeling my heart sink with each passing moment. There are no visible external injuries on his body, yet a blackened ice spreads across his wrists and neck. It doesn't seem like it'll disappear anytime soon. I don't think you're just losing control of your evil. Let me see if I can help.
Don't worry. I'm fine. It was just...
You are not fine, my boy. It doesn't look like you're fine. It starts to melt. Since my method's working, just sit tight for a while.
Don't waste your time on me. We can still go after her.
Focus on taking care of yourself first. From now on, you listen to me. It doesn't matter if it's health or combat. There's no use resisting. If I were you, I'd just listen and follow along. I'll help you suppress your ego first.
My left shoulder. A little lower.
Oh my god.
I would hope so. I know how this nightmare ends. Wanderers aren't the only threat here. When push comes to shove, leaving me behind might be for the best.
No. I always keep my word. What else do you need me to do aside from leaving you here?
If I do something that ends up hurting you, don't go easy on me.
You wish. Didn't you agree you'll do whatever I say?
What happened?
Uh-oh.
Letting you step into this nightmare, perhaps was another mistake.
Zayne, shut up.
But at least I have one last choice.
The hell? Oh no, you did not. That's why he's losing control. He's absorbed too much. Oh no. Zayne, why? I'm gonna fucking kill you. Ugh. As I gather my thoughts, the weary face before me momentarily merges with a blurry image of Zayne in my fragmented memories. But they immediately separate. Wait, when I was pulled into that purge field, I was attacked by that wanderer and lost consciousness. The whip should be on my body, but it's gone. I give Zayne an inquisitive look. I want an answer, but he averts his gaze instead. Zayne, what did you do while I was unconscious? I'm gonna need a break after that, bear with me. You know what, I had to take such a long break from that, it ended up being the next day. Don't judge, I'm wearing the same top 2 days in a row. I love this shirt. It's iconic. Oh god, here we go. Time for trauma again. Zayne, what did you do while I was unconscious? Is this why you're losing control of your evil? Aww. He can't say anything. His silence confirms my suspicions. I lower my head and my hands at rest on him tighten. Before the worry and guilt in my heart coalesce into incoherent words, they disappear because of Zayne's presence. Why am I so out of breath? Oh, Mim, come on, breathe. He lowers his head and his chin rests on the top of my head.
You're my hunter escort, correct? Protecting you was protecting myself. And after subjecting you to a distressing dream, ensuring you can leave safely is the least I should do.
Why are you making it sound like you dragged me through hell and back? Your dream didn't hurt me. The mist is exploiting it.
What if the Wanderer wasn't the only source of danger? You've seen how bleak and oppressive this dream is. As you said, it's not exactly being nice to me. Perhaps the dream itself is the real threat here.
Zayne talks slower, enunciating each word with a gentle tone. It's as if he's trying to calm his simmering inner turmoil. I realized something. After we entered the protofield that's based on Zayne's dream, he's been acting more hesitant. Could it be... Zayne, this nightmare is more than just a dream to you, right? I sense his hands subtly move, a testament to its master's emotions that are always restrained.
A dream remains a dream so long as you wake up from it. But when that day comes, when I can't wake up...
Are you worried you'll be trapped in your dreams, or that your dreams will encroach on reality? If that day ever comes, I'll find you. Even if the world falls into chaos and everything turns upside down, I'll never forget who I am, and I won't forget who you are. By then, I'll find you in your dreams, the real you. The resonance's light quietly flows from my fingers as I make a not-so-solemn promise in a calm voice. Zayne's breath hitches as if it's been suspended in air for a while. Then he exhales, his breath carrying the weight of unspoken sentiments. If all else fails, I'll bury you in the body of a snowman. You'll be a super big snowman.
What?
I close my eyes and banish the myriad of questions and worries from my mind. If you can't deal with it by yourself, then we'll face it together. I'm the best there is, so I'm sure I can lend a hand.
I see your problem-solving skills are more on the straightforward, brutal side. Should we consider this a side effect of you becoming stronger?
It's called having the freedom that comes with power. Oh. All the black ice has disappeared. How are you feeling? Does it still hurt? I look up and meet Zayne's gaze. It seems he's been observing me for a while.
It doesn't hurt anymore.
Don't. Just as I'm about to tell Zayne not to lie again, he turns over my hand. A sliver of glimmering icy light appears in my palm. He takes back his hand and 2 chubby little ice seals tumble into my hands.
You get 2. As an escort, you are very professional while on the job. This is your reward, since I have nothing else to give you.
I don't know. There's other ways you could pay me.
Do you trust me now?
From where I am, light and shadows dance upon his features. They accentuate the mirth in his eyes. You keep telling me not to push myself, but you also need to stop disregarding your safety. He nods. I clench my hand and reach out to him. I help him stand on his feet as I get up. He said this dream has 2 layers. Are we in the outer zone because we broke the inner layer? Zayne doesn't refute my statement. He turns around He turns around and walks ahead to open the door. We step out to be greeted by the night breeze. We retrace our steps through the corridor and return to the hospital garden, which feels familiar yet strange.
A mutated wanderer's protofield defies normal logic. It could be hiding anywhere.
Outside the hospital, skyscrapers rise like towering concrete trees in a forest. Meanwhile, the rest of the city stands in eerie silence. I can use my evil to return the protofield to its original state.
Negative consequences born from mistakes don't need to be fixed.
The sky swiftly darkens as if time itself has been accelerated.
We have no choice but to destroy this place.
Wait, you're evil. We'll do it together.
Are you ready?
Black snowflakes drift from our interlocked fingers. The night wind momentarily suspends before swirling into a frenzied flurry once more. Beneath our feet, a vast expanse of ice crystals blossoms. The ground, the buildings, and even the particles floating in the air were all ensnared in the swift spread of the chilling night, wrapped in its icy embrace. In an instant, the entire world froze into a black amber. A rift violently tears through the fabric of this space. Wanderer can't hide anymore. It screeches and reveals its true form. There it is. Let's go. Zayne's cloak flutters wildly in the wind. Amidst nightmarish darkness, an icy glimmer materializes in his hand.
Let's end this before the breaking dawn arrives.
Dawnbreaker! Ooh! Am I gonna have to fight him? Yes. Only level 15? Oh, come on, you're playing with me! Most of my memories with Zayne is at least level 40 by now. And only that because I've been guessing a lot of missions and things that recommend using him, so I don't really have much choice here.
We don't have much time. Let's make this quick.
Okie
Here
dokie.
it comes. Watch out.
Oh, they're making me use the sword. Ugh, I'm not using the guns!
Finley, it's your turn.
No problem.
Oh, that was
You
cool.
won't escape.
Watch where it's going. It is falling apart. Make sure to dodge the attack.
Zayne, I was
With our combined strength.
Here I go. Bring it on.
Be careful.
You won't escape.
Keep your distance from it. Keep your distance, or else you'll get hurt. With our combined strength, it is weak. Now's our chance. That was fast.
Zayne,
Here it comes. Leave it to me.
Here we
I'll
go.
send it on a journey.
its final journey.
It recovered. Be careful. Don't rush. Let's see what it's up to. Watch out.
I'm okay. Let's take it down first.
With our combined strength.
Here I go. My turn. You won't escape. Zayne,
Here is nice teamwork.
perfect.
Once the final blow is dealt to the Wanderer, an immense tremor surges from the depths of my heart. But the resonance is unmistakably this time. It's akin to gentle waves brimming with power. A light, warm glow gently descends into my palm. Is this Chancia Hospital? The breaking dawn's light streams in through the window. In the silent corridor, the air carries a faint scent of disinfectant. Have you returned? Zayne!
I'm here.
Oh my god, thank god he's okay. As my hand is tenderly squeezed, I turn my head. Zayne is next to me. Wait, I need to double check. Are we still in the protofield or are we in reality? Turn around first. And turn back now. Though his expression has a bit of helplessness, Zayne still complies.
Are you double-checking or making me play a game of turnaround?
I'm confirming that Dr. Zayne is the person with me right now. A burst of laughter erupts from deep within me, but in the very second, I collapse onto the ground. His arms immediately extend to steady me.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I reach out to stop, but once I realize I'm holding something, I open my hand and see a protocore fragment. It emits a faint green glow. A fragment of the ether core. At least our effort wasn't for nothing.
You're back.
Dr. Zayne.
Captain Willow and the others rush over from the opposite end of the corridor. Their expressions reflect a mixture of relief, joy, and concern.
Are you two okay? You're not hurt, are you?
Nah, just traumatized.
It's been 3 whole days since you were trapped in that Wanderer's proto-field. Everyone's been worried sick.
3 days? From Captain Willow, I learned that exactly 3 days have passed since we entered the peculiar protofield. The patient has been relocated to a secure ward and is now out of danger following restitution. During this time, the entire hospital was being protected by Chancia's city hunters who carried out a thorough investigation.
By the way, we discovered a strange device while investigating the ICU.
Huh? Speaking in a quieter tone, she gives me a sealed, transparent bag.
We found it hidden inside a flux stabilizer that was sitting in a corner. Almost went unnoticed. Ever since that incident happened in the ER, the hospital's flux stabilizers have been examined or replaced.
So only recently did someone tamper with one of them. I take the sealed bag and show a grateful smile. I'll ask the association to conduct an investigation. We're back in Lincoln City, huh? I open the door to Zayne's home. It's quiet. Zayne? I tiptoe into the living room. Zayne is peacefully sleeping on the couch. The curtains gently flutter in the warm breeze. Light and shadows glide from his nose to his chin. Is he sleeping or... I move closer and place my hand over his chest. Phew. He's just sleeping. He must be exhausted. Approaching Zayne, I kneel down to be at eye level with him. I carefully cover him with a blanket that was draped on the couch. The tension on Zayne's furrowed brow dissipates. His breathing is steady and his expression is serene and relaxed. I look at his face, the thoughts in my mind racing as I reflect on the whirlwind of events that have unfolded lately. You can finally rest. My watch vibrates. I leave the living room and answer Simone's call. Oh yeah, Simone. She was the girl who...
Preliminary analysis
Yeah.
results are out for the thing you brought back.
Yeah? Tell me.
It has an intricate structure. Took me a while to disassemble it. I found a radio frequency chip that resonates with metaflux fluctuations. Basically, it's an energy transmitter. It can locate protocores and even attract wanderers via fluctuations.
That's huge. A wanderer attracting transmitter. As I recall what happened, one figure stands out as the most suspicious. Carter. He just showed up and after the patient displayed anomalies. I share my suspicions with Simone. She then poses her own questions.
The complexity of this small device is far beyond his understanding, and even Xander's sciences.
Unless he was employed by a third-party company to do it.
It exhibits highly advanced protocore technology.
On Aquinas?
Xander Sciences is a medical institution. There's no way they could possess protocore tech that rivals the association's, right?
So what are you thinking?
After the founder of Xander Sciences, Raymond, passed away, the company's future was uncertain. Only recently was it acquired by a well-known group.
That was the guy that Raphael painted that painting for, wasn't it?
Its biggest shareholder right now should be... Ever.
It's at that moment, the fragmented pieces of information in my mind gradually lock into place and form a cohesive image. Carter mentioned the pension at Chancia Hospital had been undergoing long-term treatment at Xander Sciences. Raymond, the founder of Xander Sciences, was in a similar situation. If the peculiar crystals in the operating room and the monsters in the M109 zone come from that same source, that means Ever is creating monsters. Oh my god! Oh god. Once again, Zayne finds himself chasing after that familiar figure. Under radiant sunlight, chicanadas, I'm gonna butcher pronunciation today, chirp in the background while the pristine azure sky stretches as far as the eye can see. The sun sits on the edge of the city's high-rise buildings. The girl turns to him. She smiles. At least he's caught up to her.
Finally.
He holds out his hand to the girl and she firmly grasps it. Yet the two find themselves tumbling back into the seemingly endless empty corridor. Black crystals emerge from his palm. They encroach on the girl's forearm. Sunlight is engulfed by darkness once more. Oh, Zayne. Oh my god! Guys! We caught up before Zayne and Raphael's story arc came out! Oh my god. Right, okay, I've got a few things to discuss about that. But first off, what a fucking story. Definitely, I want to give all of you in the comments and all of you watching a shout out first off for actually letting me know to read the anecdotes before playing this bit. Because none of that would have made anywhere near as much sense had I not read it. So you guys are the MVPs for this, not me. Second of all, I never expected Ever to be involved this big. Like, if I'm being honest, my brain, I didn't say it because my brain was kind of processing what was being said, but at one point my brain was going to, oh, on a kindness maybe, but I'm thinking Silas will not really get involved in that sort of thing, I don't think, even though I know they do modify protocors. So I'm not too sure. Plus the fact, let's also not forget that Silas has a ether port in his eye. I think it's his, I want to say his right eye, I think. But, oh my god, I did not expect the story to be this engaging. Like, oh, I'm as hooked with this one as I am with Honkai Star Rail and the Trailblazer. So, I am so excited to see what this game's got next for us with Raphael. But I want to thank you guys for watching and supporting me through the story. We will be catching this up as soon as the Raphael story arc comes out, and I am dropping some more Raphael content over the next couple of days so I can kind of somewhat catch up before that drops. But let me know what you guys thought of this, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Take care, guys. Bye.